Chapter 31, Progress. Vuette's fur was falling away in tufts that drifted to the floor. Her body rippled beneath her skin, muscles twisting, bones cracking with an effort of change. She was constantly adjusting her position and twisting strangely to accommodate rapid growth. "You sure this is necessary?" she asked, her voice already shifting, less growl, more music. "You'll need to blend in," Ryland said, tapping something on a data pad without looking up. "Fair skin, human proportions. The world I seeded isn't exactly welcoming of the unusual." "So, racists?" Vuette muttered, wincing as her tail retracted into her spine slowly. "Insulated," Ryland corrected. "Primitive, easily startled." Her ears shrank next, slowly replaced by rounded human ones that felt alien to her own head. "I could have gone my whole life without feeling startled by my own anatomy." "That's progress," Ryland offered dryly. She gave him a glare that might have killed a lesser being. "You've been saying that for 20 years. "It's true every time I say it," he replied, the faintest smirk tugging at his lips. Vuette rolled her eyes and shook her arms out, her hands still more paw than palm. "I swear, Ryland, if this doesn't work, I'm haunting you through every dimension." He looked up then, really looked at her. "If you can manage that, you have finally outgrown me, in alteration at least." That earned a small, bitter laugh, even as her skin continued to ripple, fur giving way to thin, smooth sheen. She leaned against the wall, half human, half creature, breathing hard. "You've gotten better," Ryland said, tone gentler now. "I've had practice," she replied, flexing her fingers. "How long has it been since we started this? 2 decades at least?" "Closer to 3, Ryland said absently, eyes on the holographic projection hovering over the table. "Sanctuary's calendar has a way of making time feel negotiable." Vuette tilted her head. "You mean the constant experiments, explosions, and impossible errands made you lose track?" He chuckled softly. "Something like that." They both fell silent for a time, the hum of their machinery and the faint whisper of transformation filling the space. Vuette finally spoke again, quieter. "You ever think we're the only ones who even remember what we're doing and why we're doing it?" Ryland didn't answer immediately. "I think that's the cost of working in theory," he said at last. "Everyone else deals in results, especially the Shapers." Her fur was nearly gone. The patches of exposed skin gleamed under the workshop lights, thin, luminous, more human than she'd expected. "You make it sound noble," she said, half amused, half bitter. He set the datapad aside and leaned on the table, studying her. "You've been by my side through every failure, Vuette. That's more than noble." She laughed softly. "Flattery won't make me forgive you for ignoring me the last time the lab caught fire. It was a controlled combustion. It burned my eyebrows off." "You're growing new ones now," Ryland said, utterly serious. Vuette snorted. "You're impossible. And yet, you're still here." Her movements slowed as the changes settled. Her shoulders narrower, her neck longer, her tail gone completely. She stretched, testing the new balance in her weight. Her hands still bore the faint, 3-toed structure of her kind, her feet padded and wide, but the rest of her looked human enough to pass in dim light. "Almost," Ryland said. "The hands especially. Humans notice hands. I'll keep them gloved. Good shoes for the feet. Clothing mandatory there. It's social expectation more than law." "Humans sound exhausting. Humans are exhausting." "Then you'll fit right in," Ryland said. Vuette rolled her shoulders and stretched again. "I still don't understand why you're making me do this now." "Because we're close," Ryland said, voice distant. "Closer than we've ever been. The shield is nearly ready. The calibrations are stable. The next test requires a world like theirs. Dense, woven magic hidden beneath a veneer of science." She turned toward him. "You already found it?" He nodded. "Years ago. I seeded it for the Shapers to find. They'll think it's their own discovery." "Years ago?" She blinked. "And you're only telling me now?" Roland looked suddenly older, more tired. "You'd have stopped me." "You're damn right I would have." "Should have." Silence again, heavy, but not hostile. Vuette let out a long, slow breath. "Then show me. I'll attune to it. You'll need me to know the way." "Now?" She smirked. "You always said there's no time like the present." He hesitated. "It won't be like Sanctuary." "It doesn't have to be," she said. "Nothing ever is." Ryland nodded slowly, his expression softening. "You've changed more than your shape, Vuette. 15 years of living in your shadow will do that." He laughed quietly, shaking his head. You've surpassed my shadow, famous here as I am, more in certain circles. She stepped close enough he could see the faint shimmer of her new skin, the ghost of fur beneath. Don't make me regret it. You won't, he said, her voice gentled, losing its edge. You've said that before. I've meant it then, too. She exhaled through a laugh. I'm going to need new clothes. More than clothes, Rylan replied. Almost nothing from Sanctuary will pass there, Vuet frowned. You're joking. Sanctuary has everything. He pulled open a case, revealing a folded set of silver and black robes. Old Shaper garb. They'll suit our needs enough. Vuet grimaced. Those are hideous. Functional, Rylan corrected. Woven and enchanted. You'll thank me later. I'll thank you when they stop itching. He smiled. The magic is woven tightly. It'll be years before the Shapers find this new world. Decades, maybe. Vuet stretched her limbs again, feeling the strange lightness of her human body. You and your decades. 2 or 3 at most, barely a blink. Really depends on how you spend them, she said softly. He looked at her then, really looked, and his face fell. I'm sorry. Don't be, she said, straightening. Just be aware of your words. Her movement became more graceful, almost feline, despite the human frame. Rylan watched, impressed. You're adapting quickly. I spent a long time learning to survive, she said. The rest is just application. He nodded once. How long till you're ready? She glanced toward the window where Sanctuary's light shimmered through glass. If it's just passing, a few hours. If you want me to be human, she sighed. A day, maybe 2. Just focus on the movements, the speech. The rest will pass unnoticed. We'll finish preparations and go when you're ready. Then it's settled, she said, the last traces of fur vanishing from her as her skin smoothed. Tomorrow, we save the world. Tonight, you buy me dinner. This is hungry work. Rylan smiled.